All right, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Alexandra Mayer's Live. I'm sure that today I'm one of quite a few people's favorite person in the world. Maybe, just maybe. But anyways, for those of you who do want to learn about me, you can always go to alexandramayerslive.com. And before I start this webcast, one thing I do want to say about myself is that I am not an anti-porn activist. I am not anti-porn. I also am not a part of any organizations out there to quote unquote save the souls of any adult entertainers, porn stars, or sex workers. I'm just me. That's it. And what I also want to clarify is a big reason, people actually always ask me, they're like, why do you blog and post about the porn industry? What's that about? Who do you work for? Nobody. I do have a regular job that has nothing to do with the adult entertainment industry, but when it comes to being an adult entertainment industry blogger or an investigative journalist, it's just a hobby. It's something I began, I'd say around 2010, 2011, and I just kept up with it because I think it's very important to get the truth out there in regards to the history, the accurate history when it comes to the porn industry. A lot of times there's disinformation put out there. A lot of times people with certain agendas, specifically political agendas or agendas attached to organized crime, try to paint history as something that it's not. So the history I present comes from my perspective. And a lot of people might not like my perspective because I am someone who is an ex-sex worker, an ex-porn star, an ex-cam girl, and someone who just views life a bit differently. But I'll go ahead and end that little preface with that. Now, as of current, there's some people on social media saying that I posted the 100% visible phone number of a public figure porn star with the intent to stalk or harass them or cause them to have a seizure or something along those lines. And that is not true. So that's part of why I'm making this webcast tonight, because I'm going to take you guys through using this Google screen share function, screen by screen, in regards to a little something that I got involved in today that I didn't anticipate or mean to get involved in, but considering that the mother of a public figure and who happens to be a porn star known as Bobbi Dylan contacted me of her own volition, unprompted by me, back in, I think it was December of 2017. I felt the need to make sure that the public figure and porn star known as Bobbi Dylan was aware that her mother loves her very much. From my perspective, so much so that it's killing her. And when I see that kind of a situation, I feel like, all right, if there's something that I can do that I feel might help the situation, I'm going to do it. I'm not the kind of person who just stands idly by and doesn't try to reach out from falling off a cliff if I feel like I can. All right. So I hadn't communicated very much with the public figure and porn star known as Bobbi Dylan's mom. Actually, when she first contacted me, I told her that I do not want to get involved, nor do I like to get involved in family affairs. But I could tell that she was desperate, because if you're going to reach out to somebody on the internet and you don't know them or anything, then at that point, you got to be at your wit's end. All right. So it was drawn to my attention today by someone who has been concerned in regards to the stalking that I've been dealing with, that one of the individuals who in the past I blogged about her when her mom initially contacted me. But then I decided, all right, that blog doesn't even need to be, because I don't want this girl to be any more angry with her mom than she might already be. So it was long ago that I even closed that website where the blog was. But again, today somebody reached out to me and they were like, hey, they're saying that this girl was completely disowned by her family. And I was like, well, where are they saying this? And of course, it's on the porn industry's most notorious hate site, the one that I currently have in the courts, and the one whose founder is actually due in court on the 31st of this month. So I said to myself, I'm like, well, why are you telling me? And they're like, well, they've linked it to you. They're saying, oh, you live some sort of a privileged and pampered life, and this girl doesn't. And this girl was completely disowned. And I was like, well, the last time that I heard from her mom seemed to be like really reaching out to her and everything. And if I recall, there was something going on just recently that I read on, I think it was the Real Porn WikiLeaks, in regards to her getting hurt or something in Las Vegas and her mom having to fly out to go and see her. So I was like, okay, well, if what you're saying is true, I'm going to reach out to her mom and I'm going to suggest, hey, don't give up on your daughter. Because sometimes families can become so frustrated with their children that maybe they give up. So I felt like, all right, I'm going to try to go to bat for this girl. But first, some of you might not be familiar with who Bobbi Dylan is. So I do want to show you who she is. She's a pretty girl. All right, there you go. This is Bobbi Dylan. Really pretty girl. She's been in the adult entertainment industry for a little while. And she seems to be very smart too. So, I don't really have anything negative to say about her, with the exception that she made a threat of physical violence towards me today. So, everyone makes mistakes. I'm not going to hold it against her. All right, let's come back to me now. There we go. I like this Google Hangout, the way that this is set up. It's very nice. So anyway, I texted this girl, Bobbi Dylan's mom, and I was like, hey, don't give up on your daughter. And I'm going to show you those text messages. Let's see. Let's go back to the screen share. Just give me a moment. All right, let me try to go to the screen share. Oh, it's not letting me. Let's try something else. Stop sharing. Because I do want to show you what was said and what's prompted the little onslaught of hate against me. Let's see here. All right, well, first we'll start with what I saw on the hate crime website. I think that's important. Okay, so here we are. And unfortunately, this was posted right after someone was upset about me bringing attention to Mercedes Grabowski's death. All right, so someone wrote, Bobbi Dylan disowned by family. Not everyone can run home to mama. But see, that was the thing, because I saw that and I was like, well, her mom said that she could come home. So here's the post. It says, Bobbi Dylan disowned by family. Not everyone can run home to mama. Posted by someone using the screen name of Matthew Paul Holder. And here are the tweets that they were referencing. But I didn't see these tweets on her Twitter account, but maybe they were deleted. But she says, After assuming I'd be buying my family vacations in a house, it all boiled down to I'm a scumbag sex worker. Tears. Was disowned by my family the day before AVN. Love the fucked up family and conventions. And then, whoever wrote this goes on about me and how I guess somehow it's linked to me. Okay. So I saw that and I thought that's when I went to her Twitter actually. And I did see some tweets about porn stars being disowned. And I felt like that was so ironic because just yesterday I posted a video specifically geared toward parents saying, hey, let your child come home. It's very important because right now there's so many issues that are going on in the adult entertainment industry to where a lot of people who were okay with it are not okay with it right now. And they're trying to start their lives back over and they need a place to rest. So I just felt like the coincidence when it comes to that was strange. But now let me show you what was said. Let's see. All right, so here's the text that I sent to the public figure known as Bobbi Dylan's mom. And again, I do want to reiterate that initially she got in contact with me and I did let her know upon the end of our contact, which was like a year ago, that I would keep tabs on things that I felt might be pertinent to her reestablishing a relationship with her daughter. Okay. Let's share this. All right, so I sent her mom a copy of a tweet in regards to what her daughter was saying about being disowned. So I write, hello, this is Alexandra Mayers. You contacted me back in 2017 in regards to your daughter, and we spoke. I wanted to follow up due to it being reported, her claiming that she's been disowned by her family. I sent you an email in regards to it as well. Please don't give up on her. So that's what I said in regards to that. And a few minutes later, that's when her mom responded. Mom writes, we never will. I was there a week ago and she had a meltdown. We love her and pray that she is safe. I'm keeping the lines of communication open, but my son broke his back and neck in a motorcycle accident. I'm in Vegas helping him. She's mad at me. Nothing I can do. She will calm down and we are always here. Thank you for your kindness. I sincerely appreciate it. Okay. All right, she says, this is her mom. She says, she may have disowned us, but we are always here in loving her. And this is out of order, obviously. Just please don't add wood to the fire. She's fragile now. Thank you. And that's it. All right. So then I decided, okay, I want it known that this girl is not disowned. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. A lot of times in the porn industry, especially, when people think that there's no one who cares about you, when you make it known that you're all by yourself in this world, that's when the worst of the worst predators target you. The worst predators and the worst sex traffickers, the worst human traffickers, and the worst pimps specifically seek out young men and women who do not have a support system or someone who cares about them. I don't want to see anything happen to this girl who's a public figure and porn star known as Bobbi Dylan. I think that she has a tremendous light within her. I think that there's probably going to be a lot of really great things that she does in the future. And I felt that it was important that it was known that what was written on that hate crime about her was not true. That was my objective. So I put the tweets on Twitter. And well, I already showed you, not the tweets, the text messages. I put the text messages on Twitter. And I did not mean for that to trigger her, to make her extremely upset, but she got upset. But she did read those text messages, and she knows now that she is not disowned and that she is loved by her family. Now, I noticed that she did make several tweets in regards to her family members or her mother, and I'm not going to get into that. Not at all. Because I do not know the dynamics of her family. I don't know. All I know is that for many months prior to, I guess, this moment, maybe this week, I don't know, but it seems very recently, she spoke very highly of her family. She spoke highly of her parents, her mother. I've seen it. So whatever's going on right now, you know, keep in mind the Adult Entertainment Expo just ended, all that kind of stuff. You know, that's a very stressful time for adult entertainers. But considering that she spoke highly of her family on her own social media all that time, I felt like whatever rift may have come about, and again, I don't know if that rift was serious or not. I don't know what it was about, but what I do know is that the porn star known as Bobbi Dylan's mother responded to me right away because she wanted to make it clear that her daughter was not disowned and that her daughter was loved. And I'd rather Bobbi Dylan or any other porn star out there be incredibly angry at me and hate me until the day I die than to be angry with their parent or especially with their mother. Because I have a really good mom. I have a very good mother. And it took me years to realize how much my mother loves me. And sometimes I think if I had known what was in her head before I learned later, maybe I would have made some different choices. So that's what was going on in my mind. All right. So upon the porn star public figure known as Bobbi Dylan reading these text messages that I thought were imperative for her to know about, she fixates on the fact that a few pixels were visible from the bottom of the text message where the phone number was. Now, I did my absolute best to conceal the phone number. I'm not going to go on social media and type somebody's phone number and be like, ha, 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 call them. No, that's not my style. Not at all. And I didn't even realize that those tiny pixels were visible. And I want to show you exactly how much was visible. Just give me a moment. You see that? Now, I did block out the surrounding numbers because if somebody out there can figure out what that number is or phone number, then that's them. But I think it's pretty obvious that I did not list this girl's phone number. And if you can't tell what I'm showing, look at what has the green outline around it. That's how much of the number was visible. All right. So, I mean, if you're going to say I'm something, that's fine. You can say whatever you want, but, you know, just don't go there. Don't go there. Please don't. All right. To go over in regards to this little situation. All right. Well, I did hear again from the mother today. And let me show you what she said. Because apparently Bobbi Dylan felt that I posted her phone number and I did not. But I'm going to show you what was said here because I think it's important. Okay. Her mom texts me and says, "Please tell me you didn't post my phone number or name." I respond, "No, I did not. It was not visible, and I definitely didn't put your name." She writes, "All right, thank you. I didn't think so. Great." I wrote, "She did see that you love her, though, and that she's not disowned. She saw what you texted me, and your number was concealed. Now she is looking for my address to punch me out, I guess. But it's better, in my opinion, she's angry with me than with her mom." All right, and it continues. She writes, "Laugh out loud. Sorry, I love her. She's mad at all the wrong people." So I sent her a screenshot of what Bobbi decided to say to me in regards to a threat for physical violence. She writes, "Someone send me the address of Monica Foster / Alexandra Mayers. Y'all, porn bloggers never got an uppercut to the mouth before." And then I sent that to her mom because I felt like her mom needed to see, just that. And I wrote, "I have a mom too who loves me. Took me years to see exactly how much." Let's see, is there anything else that I wanted to share in regards to this? Well, it is obvious that Bobbi does still care for her family, in my opinion. Otherwise, she wouldn't be as upset as she is. Uh, Here's a little something interesting. And I found it interesting for a particular reason. Let me show it to you. "Where the fuck do you live, Alexandra? With your 17 Twitters thinking you can post my mother's phone number," which I didn't. "Let's meet up so you can save my soul." I thought that was interesting that she said that because power to save anybody's soul. I don't think any human being does, really. The only person who has the power to save anyone's spirit, well-being, or soul is them. That's why we have free will. That's why we can make choices. I understand why some people who I've met over the years who are anti-porn activists have grown cold and have decided not to do what they were doing. And again, I'm not an anti-porn activist. I'm just an observer, really, and an independent investigative journalist. But it's because sometimes a person doesn't want to keep doing what they're doing, but they don't know how to stop, and they are looking for someone to reach out and save them. But that's not me. Not at all. I likely will never start an organization to save porn stars. No, I don't have an interest anymore. I did at one point, but not now. And if the public figure and porn star known as Bobbi Dylan ever watches this, don't anticipate that someone's going to come out of the ether and scoop you up and put you in another place in life. That doesn't happen. Anything that happens comes about choice. So if don't look to me to save your soul, because I'm not going to try. All I wanted to do was let you know what someone who loves you thinks. That's it. Because the truth is, your mom can't even save you. All she can do is give you the strength to save yourself from very harmful situations should you choose to save yourself from those situations. Again, I saw something that you wrote about your mom that I didn't think, I thought was horrible, and I don't know if it's true or not. I hope your mom hasn't hurt you. I really hope not. I didn't get the impression from her that she would do that. But what I will say is that I did see on your own Twitter account, porn star and public figure known as Bobbi Dylan, that there have been some people attached to the porn industry who have hurt you. I saw that you tweeted something about someone that you trusted trying to force you into having a seizure, someone who you tried to assist or that you let into your home and that you tried to help out. You know, that's a dangerous situation from my perspective. I think from a lot of people's perspectives. So whatever it is that you choose to do in your life, public figure known as Miss Dylan, only you have the power to put yourself in or take yourself out of that situation. That's it. Now, I do want to share with y'all a bit of comedy, because it's not really comedy. It's actually dangerous when I look at it. But I want to show y'all who has swooped in to reach out to Miss Dylan. And it's actually parties who are linked to what prompted this whole little fiasco altogether. So let me do the screen share again. So look at who swoops in. Now you have Bobbi saying that people posted her number, which never happened. It was not a 100% visible number. And look at who chimes in. Mr. Porn Law, aka Attorney Fatarosi. And for those who are not aware, veteran porn blogger Michael Struther, aka Mike South, did uncover that Attorney Fatarosi was involved in the advisement and the guidance of the hate crime known as Porn WikiLeaks. A hate crime that routinely posts phone numbers, social security numbers, death threats, suicide coercion, government issued IDs, personal addresses, personal phone numbers, pretty much anything about an adult entertainer. And they post it with a specific intent to harm them. So Attorney Fatarosi, he states, maybe, was it an unlisted number? And apparently, well, let's see, I don't know if it says whether it was or not, but that's not my business. But look who else decides to tweet to Bobbi Dylan. And this is the person who founded the hate crime where it was initially posted that Bobbi Dylan had been disowned. This is from a Twitter account from an adult entertainer known as Heather Deep, but Heather Deep barely knows the English language. The person who posted these tweets was likely Heather Deep's husband, who is the founder of Porn WikiLeaks, Donald Carlos Sion, aka Donnie Long, who has a court date with me in the Broward County Civil Courts on January 31st. So he writes to Bobbi, "You're not the only one that wants to see that stalker bitter bitch disappear. She is living in her mother's house and her mom needs to get some letters about what her daughter is doing from her internet connection, and it will stop. Private message me and I will get you her address and more of what you need. I even know some people that will pay you to get some things done the legal way to put a stop to her crimes." I don't have a criminal record, by the way, at all. Also, we would love to hire you for my site and others we own, so private message me. Yeah, Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not a criminal. I'm sorry. So I guess it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Will the public figure and porn star known as Bobbi Dylan shoot adult content with the man who founded the most notorious hate crime known to the porn industry? A hate crime that was advised and guided, according to veteran porn blogger Michael Struther, in regards to its operation. I don't know. But I hope y'all enjoyed this little webcast. Now y'all know what's what. Take care. Have a nice day. And when you see something wrong, speak up. And if you can try to help a situation, even though it might not go right, do what you feel in your heart and in your soul and in your spirit is right. Because it's hard. Anything worthwhile is hard. It really is. But one of the most important things on this planet is love. Actually, it is the most important thing on this planet. So don't pick porn over love, because that's like accepting literal poop, a bodily excrement wrapped up in tinfoil, and choosing that over a solid bar of pure platinum. Which would you pick? All right. Have a good night. Thanks for watching Alexandra Mayer's Live. Bye-bye.